We are live.
Okay.
My PowerPoint is a little bit tricky. Yes, cool. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining in today's session. So we already have a few people joining in. Shaurya Sharma says first. Well, glad, Shaurya. Nice to see you here. Guys, you can start posting your messages in the chat box, and we can, start taking up questions as soon as possible. And before that, let me introduce you to our regular guest now, I think, Seema Biswas from Leap. So she's the Learning and Development Manager at LeapScholar, and she has over a decade of experience in counseling, and she's worked with IDP earlier, and she possesses really vast knowledge on a lot of countries, including Canada, UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, and Ireland. So hopefully we'll have more sessions with her, and we'll keep getting really good, I would say, career advice from her. And plus, obviously, as of for me, you guys know me, I make YouTube videos on LeapScholar channel. So my name is Saket. For those who are new here, my name is Saket. I work as a growth manager with Leap, and I have around 7 years of experience. Out of that, 5 years I've worked with international education, and I started my career with consulting. I graduated from a UK university, and I did my master's from New Zealand, and I've been actively working with students for a very long time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hi, Sayed. Good evening. Atharva, good evening. Hi, Sharad. Good evening. Hello. Rohan. Hi, sir. Nice to be here. Thank you, Rohan. I'm glad you enjoy our sessions. Ramapriya Kumar, what about pharmacy students? We'll cover pharmacy for sure, but just to give you a heads up, Ramapriya, pharmacy is a great course to study in both the countries we're going to cover today. Shweta Shaw, I remember your name. I think you've been very active in our sessions earlier as well. Hi. Chirag, can I choose PG diploma after BCom? Yes, you can. So just stick around till the for the session, and we'll answer most of your questions. Hello, Aryan. Hello, Priyanshu. Hello, Rishabh. Right. So in today's session, we're going to cover a lot of things, basically. So I think right now is a peak time for September intake, because both Canada and UK offer September intake, and these are the two countries which are very popular, with Indian students right now. So we thought, why not actually do kind of a comparison between two countries, so that you can choose between both the countries, which one will suit you better. So we'll be kind of talking about the tuition fee in both countries, living costs, how much you're going to spend in terms of living. We're going to talk about part-time jobs, how much you can earn. We're going to talk about PSW. We're going to talk about some more information, some very small things which you may not know about both countries. So we'll try and cover everything, and plus obviously we will try and address your queries as well along with the session. Right. So Rishabh Sharma is saying, Seema, that he's in the favor of UK. What do you have to say?
Okay. So actually, both the destination has its own added points. So once you go through the ultimate comparison, if you are in the favor of UK, you might be having certain logic why you have chosen UK. So today's video, we will be helping you out to get an ultimate comparison between Canada and UK. And then you would be the best person to choose your own destination for overseas studies. So let us see in the next slide, we will see which should be the ultimate destination for you. It might be for Rishabh, it is UK, but for some other, it may be Canada. So we have to check with that.
Right. So we have Jagrut saying that, hi, is September 2022 intake still open for UK? Yes, it is. Jagrut, there is a pinned comment in the chat box. So UK is still accepting 2022 September intake. So if you want to apply, I would advise you to click the link and book a free counseling session and get your options. Why free counseling session and why a personalized counseling session? Because a counselor would be able to help you with just making sure what your background is, what kind of score you have. So you'll get a more personalized list of universities which you can apply to. And plus, they'll also help you with SOPs and LORs and whatever you require for your applications. Right. So we'll start with today's presentation. Cool. We'll start with the most, the basic stuff. If you want to go to a certain country, which program you should choose. Like every country would have a certain program which is more in demand. And talking about UK and Canada both. So if you can look at your screens right now, can you cover, Seema? Can you cover Canada? Then I'll cover UK.
Sure. So popular and in demand programs in Canada are engineering, supply chain and logistics, agriculture, nursing, pharmacy. I think someone was asking about pharmacy. So pharmacy, health science and management, global business, finance and accounting, hospitality and culinary arts. That's also a very demanding program in Canada. Project and engineering management, marketing and advertising, IT, data science and analytics. So these are the basic program, but apart from that, there are other programs, but these are the most demanding programs in Canada. So for UK, Saket, if you want, you can.
Sure. So I'll just like to add one thing here for Canada. If I talk about engineering, so it kind of takes into account a lot of other, a lot of streams in it. So something like mechanical, civil, electrical, computer sciences, everything is included. Especially after COVID, the kind of demand for engineering people have kind of skyrocketed a lot, and Canada is no exception. So similarly, if you look at UK as a country, so management is one of the biggest plus points in the UK, because primarily UK has a lot of very, very good business schools, like highly ranked business schools. Management also includes your specializations like finance, accounting, HRM, logistics is there, operations is there, international business is there. So you can kind of factor in every specialization under management. Next up is your engineering. Ample options. You can select from any stream you want. I don't know if you guys follow us on Instagram as well. So there have been particularly a lot of reels in which, a lot of UK students have made reels on, how engineering has been a very, very kind of a beneficial program for them to get a job. So engineering, definitely. IT is booming everywhere. And I think a lot of people are working from home, and it kind of makes it more important than ever that people employ good IT people. So I think we are also working from home. So yeah, we do have a robust IT system in place so that we can coordinate across borders, across teams. So our teams are based in multiple cities. So I think a lot of organizations are adopting that kind of measures right now. So IT is very, very required. Data sciences, everything you look around today is based on data. Be it Zomato, be it Swiggy, be it Ola, be it Uber, they all are collecting data. And data is basically like I would say a primary thing right now to make major business decisions in across organizations. So data sciences is going to be one of the most hottest jobs for the next, I don't know, like 2-3 decades maybe. So UK, the best part is you can also get data sciences degree, masters without a relevant background. So I'll come to that in case you want to switch fields. Health sciences, across any country you go to, health sciences people are blessed, which includes doctors, nurses, pharmacy people, food and nutrition, biomedical sciences, all these programs, healthcare administration, very, very in-demand program right now, especially after COVID. It's very important that you have, these hospitals, they have people who can kind of manage hospitals and clinics. And it has become very important after COVID, and it's going to grow. Art and design, UK is a hub for that, apart from US. Finance and accounting, London being the global business hub, global financial hub, London and New York. So yeah, definitely. Engineering and project management, again, a very much in-demand program in the UK. Nursing and pharmacy, media and journalism schools. So UK has really good media schools as well, in case you're looking at a career in media. And it is home to one of the largest media houses in the world called, if you know BBC, there's London Evening Standard, there's The Sun, the Daily Mail, all these big media houses are based in London. Human resources, again, I think I do get a lot of questions on human resources as well. So coming from my very, very good friend, she's working with one of the leading HR firms, which is called Michael Page. So they recruit for a lot of companies, and she's working with them. And I was just happening to speak to her like a few days ago, and she told me that human resources people are very, very they are short right now in the market. So human resources is definitely kind of a very, very good subject to study. Logistics and supply chain, obviously, and one of the most underrated subjects, statistics and actuarial sciences. Guys, if you are from a maths background, nothing makes more sense than these two programs, because I don't know if you guys know, but I think Seema, this program is not very popular amongst Indian students.
It's not popular, but it's the highly paid salary is paid to the actuarial science people. So those who wants to play with numbers, they can go with statistics and actuarial science. That's one of the best program. So the career scope is also very high for it.
Right. And talking about the salaries here for actuarial sciences people, even if I talk about Canada or US, I think the last average salary I was looking at was, around, it was costing $100,000 in US.
Right.
So it's a very, very highly paid job. Cool. Cool. Seema, so can you cover the average tuition fee in both countries?
Yes, Saket. So average tuition fee that's given in per annum per year. So for UG program, Canada is having Canadian 13,000 to Canadian 35,000 per annum. So if we convert into Indian currency, it would be 7.5 to 21 lakhs. Okay. And for UK, same times, it will be GBP 9,000 to GBP 25,000. And this tuition fee obviously depends upon the ranking of the university. So per annum it is, and if we convert into Indian currency, it's 9 to 25 lakhs. Coming to PG program, it's 15,000 to 40,000 Canadian dollar. If we convert that into Indian currency, it's 8.5 to 24 lakhs. And for master's program in UK, it is 13,000 to 35,000 GBP for a full program. That's 13 to 35 lakhs. So this is how we have, means the comparison between Canada and UK is done based on the tuition fee. So if we see, we feel that Canada, the tuition fee is less compared to UK, or it's coming neck to neck. It's 7.5 to 21, it's 9 to 25 lakhs. So it's coming neck to neck. Now you have to keep in mind other options also, and then you have to choose with any particular destination. It can be UK or Canada. So tuition fee again depends upon the university ranking, university faculty ranking. All these things may affect the tuition fee. So this is how the tuition fee looks in Canada and UK.
Right. So guys, there's one thing I would like to add to here. You have to keep in mind that in Canada, you do get a lot of options. So at the undergraduate level, you get UG diplomas, which are for 2 years, advanced diplomas, and then there are diplomas for 3 years as well. And the bachelor's is 4 years. But however, in the UK, you get bachelor's for 3 years, including engineering degrees. And when we talk about PG programs, the UK Masters is 1 year and Canadian Masters is 2 years. And also in Canada, you get 2 years PG diploma and 1 year PG certificates as well. However, the problem which you may face is in Canada, most universities will require a 4-year undergraduate degree to get into a master's, right? So the fee will vary as per the diploma and the degree variation as well. So if I'm saying Canadian 15,000, that fee will not be for a degree, but for a diploma program. But in the UK, also, one more thing to add here. In the UK, if you want to get a post-study work, you need to study for at least a degree program, either a bachelor's, either a master's or a PhD. Right, Seema?
Yes, you have to go through any master's, undergrad or PhD program. That's true.
Right. So I'll take up a few questions we have from the audience. Rupika Singh is asking, I think we've spoken, I think it's about your daughter or son, I don't remember. We've spoken before, I remember. So Manchester or Cardiff for biomedical sciences, Manchester any day. Jaspreet Sen is asking which country is better for business management. I think I would rate both equally here. What's your take?
Yes. Yeah. Both are equally.
Right. Next up, Anil has a concern, that is the fund requirements, the previous study requirements for the Canadian study visa is much stricter and they don't have a credibility interview. Visa rejection concerns are a major drawback for Canada. I think somehow I'll agree with you here. I'll not say it's strict, but Anil, what happens in Canada is Canada as a country, they look at your overall background. So let's say you have a bachelor's degree and then you have some work experience. Your overall background should match the kind of programs you want to pursue. So what happens is usually people, students in India, they maybe, they get stuck with wrong people who advise them incorrectly. And I think if you look at the numbers, the major reason why a Canadian student visa gets rejected is because the chosen program is not relevant to the the background
Previous
of the
program.
student.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why actually the Canadian visa gets rejected. However, you are right in that way that UK as a country is very flexible because, like I said, in the UK, I have seen people from arts background going into a data sciences degree, right? You just have to have a little bit of knowledge about the subject so that you don't go to a class blank. But if you have interest in the subject, there is a possibility you can choose entirely different thing altogether, right? Cool. Next question, I'll just roll up. Is 10 years gap acceptable in Canada for PG study? Jaypal,
No.
10 years too much, right?
10 years is too much.
Right, but if you have a 10-year work experience, then still we can think of UK, right? Executive
Yes.
MBA or something?
Yeah. MBA, executive MBA, this should he can
Right.
go for.
Right. Rishabh Sharma is asking, I read somewhere that if we opt for government scholarship in UK, we have to come back after completion of our course. To please suggest some alternative that we can get scholarship as well I can stay. Okay, Rishabh, I think on top of my mind, I think there are 2 scholarships which are fully funded, like 2-3 scholarships. Like there is Nottingham's Developing Solution Scholarship. Then we have Chevening Scholarship, and then we have Commonwealth Scholarship. I think all 3 scholarships you have to come back to India, right? After completion.
Right. But they each and every university having their specific scholarship. If you go for that scholarship, you don't have to come back to your home country.
Right.
So
but I think Rishabh, yeah. So like Seema said, not every university would have something like that, but then there are a few scholarships, but maybe not 100%. So up to 50%, I would say. I would suggest you. There was one live session I did last year. So if you just go to YouTube and search 100 scholarships, YouTube live, LeapScholar, you'll have that on the top. And there is the link in the description as well, which is linked to a Google Doc, and you can access all the links to scholarships which I've mentioned, including the UK as well. So you can check that out. Next up, interior design. What will you recommend, Seema? Akanksha Jain is asking.
Interior design UK would be, because design hub is UK. It may be fashion design or interior designing. So best would be UK. But if you are looking for some PG diploma programs, you can even go to Canada with some interior designing. But ultimately, the scope will be more in UK.
Right. So, but when we talk about art and design programs, so do you think Canada has a good scope in general? So I think a lot of art and design questions are also coming in, and I do get these questions a lot.
For masters, it would be difficult because in Canada, masters need specification of marks more than 70%, which is difficult. So they have to, if they want to go for arts and design, they have to go for PG diploma programs. They won't be able to go to masters. But UK, as it's a basic hub for designing, they would get better opportunities in UK. So this is how we can compare.
Right. And I think Canada as a country is not even, I think, I would say, renowned in terms of fashion or design or art and design kind of thing. But I think US and UK are like more prominent destinations.
Focused. Yeah. Yes.
Next up, we have one very important question. This is something which everyone asks. Arun is asking UK versus Canada, which is better quick PR. Right. So Canada, Arun, obviously, no doubt about it. But, UK PR is also possible. So every European country has this norm. It takes longer to get PR, right? So I would say in UK, it will take you ideally around 8 years or so, including your study period, to get a PR. In Canada, the whole thing is because Canada as a country is not as populated as UK. Canada is developed, but UK is highly developed, I would say, in that case. So they need more people to kind of come and settle down. So I think that's why Canadian PR is easy. So if you look at US and Canada, they're both neighbors, right? US getting a PR is like a big task, but for Canada it's pretty simple because every province would have some sort of provincial nomination program. So if you're looking at Canada, there are some videos which I posted recently on our YouTube channel, that why you should immigrate to Canada in 2022. So I have mentioned a few programs which the government has launched. Also, I have more videos coming up in a few days' time where I'm going to talk about Atlantic immigration program, in which you get a Canadian PR in just 1 year. Then we have a Saskatchewan tech pathway in which you get PR in 1 year as well. Then we have Alberta accelerated pathway as well, which is again a provincial nomination program. So you also get PR in 1 year in an ideal case situation. So the processing times may vary as per the COVID protocol, but 1 year is something I would say it takes. So you can check that out. Cool. I'll move to the next slide and then we'll come back to more questions. Great. So we have one quiz. So guys, when you answer, as you answer this quiz, I can take some more questions. So how long is a master's program in Canada? Is it 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, or 1 or 2 years? So start answering. And in the meanwhile, I'll take some questions. Seema, Priyanshu is asking, which is the best university in the UK for IT?
UK for IT, a lot of universities are there, like Manchester is there, Durham is there for IT, Leeds is there. So you can get a numerous university in UK for IT. So a lot of universities are there. Major universities are focused, have IT as a section.
Right. So Priyanshu, I would say, like if you're looking at IT as a degree in the UK, you cannot go wrong with Russell Group universities. I think 24 universities, and I think all universities would offer IT programs.
Offer Russell Group, yes. All 24 universities.
Yes, it starts from Oxford, Cambridge to Imperial College, UCL, Manchester, Leeds, Newcastle, Southampton, Warwick, Sheffield, Cardiff, all these universities, yeah. Next up, Tokir Azam is asking, your free counseling services are only for Indian nationals. Tokir, as far as I know, you can only register with an Indian number, but I'm not really sure where are you from. But I think we have opened up for Bangladesh as well, and we'll be launching soon, like coming soon into a lot of other countries. We're starting our service for other countries as well. So keep watching. As of now, I think you can only register with Indian number. Right. Guys, please answer the question. Okay, student, they have answered the questions. I just had to scroll. So a lot of people are saying 1.5 years. Some people are saying 1 or 2 years. So guys, it's 1 or 2 years. So there are some programs in Canada which are for 1 year as well, masters, especially the MBAs. But usually the Canadian masters is 2 years. Cool. Seema, can you cover the next slide, please?
Yeah.
So I'll just go through the questions in between.
So average living cost per annum. So this is the average given. Again, it depends upon the student, how they lavishly they live over there. Okay. So Canadian 10,000 to 15,000 per annum, which if we convert into Indian currency, it would be 6 to 9 lakhs per annum per year. And for UK, it is GBP 10,000 to 13,000 per annum, which is again 10 to 13 lakhs. So this is the average living cost. Again, it's up to a particular student how they are going to live. So they can live within 6 lakhs also, and they can extend to 15 lakhs also if they are in Canada. It entirely depends upon the students. But the average which we have taken is 6 to 9 lakhs for Canada and 10 to 13 lakhs for UK. So we can say that for both the countries, it's approximately, if we come, it's same only. But UK, it's yes, the standard of living is high in UK. So the tuition living expenses are also high in UK.
Right. So, guys, UK has, if you compare Toronto and London, which are the biggest cities in both countries. So, if you see this data, UK would be definitely more expensive, I would say. But what works in UK's favor is shorter duration programs. So, technically, if you crunch the numbers, in the UK, you can do a master's in 1 year and a bachelor's in 3 years. However, in Canada, you'll do a bachelor's in 4 years and master's in 2 years, right? So technically, UK will be cheaper if you factor in the living cost as well, right? Because you graduate early and you get into the job market early. Especially for master's student, I think I am biased towards UK. I don't know. Maybe I studied there. That's the reason, but I don't know. Like, I think, but overall, even if I talk about university reputations, even if you look at the university rankings, global rankings, there are just 3 Canadian universities in top 100, and then we have 17 universities from the UK, such a small country, in top 100, and out of those 17, 4 are in top 10, right? So I think it says a lot about British education. Also, for those people who are interested to study in the UK but they want to move to Canada or later at the later stage, I know a lot of people in my friend circles, a few years ago, UK didn't give the PSW, right? So a lot of my friends, they pursued a master's from UK and they moved to Canada on express entry, right? So for the PR thing, for those who are interested in PR, if you know, in express entry, it's a point-based system. So if you have a master's degree, you get more points for Canadian PR. So I know a lot of people personally who did a British master's and moved to Canada. So that's also a possibility. So keep your options open, right? Because you're young, you can move, you can explore the countries, and there's no harm about it. Cool. I have one very interesting question which I lost. Yeah, I got it again. Yeah, Arushi is asking, I want to pursue management from UK. Do I have to give GRE or GMAT besides IELTS? Arushi, fortunately, no, because there are so many universities in the UK, including the top ones, which will accept you without GRE, GMAT, right? A few will require, a few universities, but not all. So I'll give you some examples. If you want to do in a management program, University of Reading's Henley Business School, it's I think world top 20. They don't require GMAT for their masters in management. You can go to Durham, which is again a world top 100 university. They don't require GMAT for MBA as well, for that matter. Cardiff or Sheffield or all these good universities, right? Seema, I think that makes sense, right?
Yes. So GMAT is not required. GRE is not at all required. GMAT is also not required.
Right. Next up, we have a question from Vaibhav Mehra. Okay, pretty good universities he's got. I have an offer from University of Manchester, MSc in Data Sciences, and MSc in Management Analytics from Rotman, University of Toronto, which will allow me to pay my loan faster. I think I cannot choose between both universities. They're like, yeah. Seema, what will you say?
Both are top ranking university. We will grade both the university A+. So now it's your choice, whichever you feel comfortable. For the destination, when you are choosing, you have to take into consideration a lot of things, the climatic conditions, the part-time work opportunities, all these things have to be considered. But university-wise, we cannot differentiate because both the universities are in top ranking.
Yeah.
So you...
Right. Next up, we have a question from Rajveer Singh Shekhawat. Hotel Management Masters in the UK. I think, Rajveer, you can look at University of Surrey. So I think it's one of the really good, they have got really good hotel management school, and they have an MSc in hospitality management, which you can pursue. Seema, one again comparison question I have. Komal is asking University of Glasgow or Warwick for biotechnology and management. Which one will you choose?
Warwick and Glasgow, right? Warwick.
Right.
Means, have to check. We have to check individual ranking of the university, as well as Komal. You have to even check the faculty ranking. So if you compare that way, whichever ranking is higher, you can choose that university.
Right. Cool. So I'll move on to the next slide, and then I'll take more questions. Cool. Seema, can you cover these slides, please?
Yes. Part-time jobs and PSW in both the destination. So part-time job in Canada, it's 20 hours per week. Term time, no restriction on campus jobs. Okay. And 40 hours per week on holidays. Coming to UK, the part-time is 20 hours per week, term time, and 40 hours per week holiday. So coming in both the destination, they have same amount of part-time job available. That's 20 hours restricted per week. And if you are having a semester break or holidays, you can work for 40 hours per week. Coming to wages, it's 14 to 18 Canadian dollar per hour is wages for Canada, and 8 to 11 GP per hour is for UK. So if you convert 11 GP, it would be around 1100 into Indian currency, 1100 rupees per hour. But if you convert 18 Canadian per hour for Indian rupees, it will come to around 900 to 800 to 900. So that's the difference between wages is little bit higher in UK than Canada. And the PSW right is 1 to 3 years in Canada, but whereas for UK, it's 2 years PSW for bachelor's and master's, and 3 years for PhD. So this is how. And in Canada, for 1 year PG diploma course, you will get 1 year. And if it is a 2 years PG diploma course, you can get either 2 to 3 years of PSW. It depends upon the course. But in UK, masters, if you complete any masters or graduation, flat 2 years you are getting. And if you are doing PhD in UK, you are getting 3 years flat PSW. So this is how the comparison. But if you see Canada and UK, almost most our things are common. Like part-time is also common. Wages are almost coming to common only. But only the PSW, it's little bit different in Canada and UK. So those who are opting for masters for 1 year, they can easily get 2 years PSW in UK. So that's the best part for UK. But again, the students who are not eligible for masters and going for PG diploma programs in Canada, so for 1 year, they will get flat 1 year post-study work, right? And 2 years, it can be 2 to 3 years post-study work, right? So this is how the difference for Canada and UK. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So I've got one very interesting question from Jacob Matthew. He's asking which pays more, architecture or construction management in the UK? So Jacob, one thing I would like to let you know that to practice as an architect in the UK, you would need a RIBA certification, which is the Royal Institute of British Architects. So if you can go check it out, for that you have to fulfill certain conditions, right? And it will take you, I think, 3 to 4 years, I think, because you have to complete a certain time period. You have to work under a certain architect to kind of qualify for that license and practice as an architect yourself. So it's a very, very, I would say it's a time consuming process, and you would have to commit a lot of time into it. However, with construction management, the program is just 1 year, and there's no licensing requirement as such, which exists in architecture, right? I would, I know certain people who actually went for architecture programs as well. But again, if you're ready to commit time, then go for it. Otherwise, go for construction management.
Even in construction management, they can take an industrial placement also. So that will help up. Once they are out of the university, the career opportunities are wider. Those who are taking inbuilt internship with them, placement opportunities with them.
Right. One again, very interesting question. I think Seema, you answered in the last session as well. I think it's a favorite question. Which country is best for sports management? I guess I know your answer.
It would be always Australia is best for sports management. Even UK is also having some of the sports management program, but Australia is always best for sports management. You will get a lot of options. But if you are not looking for Australia as a destination, surely you can go with UK. UK is also having very good sports management program.
Right. So there's one question I would like to take from Vedant Puri. He's asking, I want to do agri-business management, which universities? Okay, Vedant, I would advise you to go for any university in 3 provinces, which is Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta, because these 3 provinces are basically, they have agricultural industry, basically, like it's very prominent industry in these 3 provinces. So you cannot go wrong with any university here. And the best part is, these provinces, the kind of tuition fee they have will be cheaper as well as compared to, say, Ontario or British Columbia. Okay. Next up, I have a question from. Okay, I think I did take a lot. 2022 intake is still open in Canada. Divyani, right now, I think, Seema, I think a lot of colleges are already closing, right?
Closed.
Yeah.
Canada, getting admission is very difficult. Once the application is open, you have to be very prompt in taking the decision and putting down the application. It closed on the same day only. So you have to, those who are looking for Canada, I would request them, please make your mind and take the counseling session immediately. And whichever will be opening colleges, you have to take immediate actions for that. You have to collect all the documents and put down the application once it's open.
Right, because guys, what happens with Canada is, right now at this point of time, there's so many colleges which are very popular, and the programs which are popular, they might be closed already, right? So I would say we as counselors, we don't know, like right now some program is open, and the next morning we wake up, it's closed. So Canada is so popular, so you have to prepare well in advance. So I think I always tell everyone in my videos that start at least 9 to 10 months earlier than predicted. You cannot do things last moment. But anyway, if you don't find the relevant program in September 22, you can always go for January 2023 as well. Right. Komal is asking very interesting question. Is it possible to cover tuition fee by doing part-time job in the UK? Komal, I'll give you the answer from my experience. I lived in the UK for almost 5 to 6 years. No, it's not. It is not possible because you cannot save that much. UK, like I did manage my living expenses for sure. And I think I lived a very comfortable life. I'll not say that I didn't spend that much of money. I did explore. I did kind of, explore the country. I used to go out with friends. I could manage my living expenses for sure with part-time jobs, but not your tuition fee. It's kind of impossible. Okay. Rama Priya Kumar is asking, IELTS is not required by many universities of the UK, but if you have IELTS score, will it be affecting the application process?
No, it won't be affecting the application. If you're having an IELTS score, fine, it is fine. Any certification which you are having, that is an added advantage, but it won't give much more priority, because if the university has given waiver for IELTS, so they don't require IELTS, right? And if you're having IELTS, that's an added advantage. It won't affect very much to you, means that won't be able to get more scholarship. It is not like that.
Yeah, I think that's what she was trying to ask. Right. I'll move on to the next slide. And so this is a little bit of information I have compiled so that you guys have an idea, which country has what requirements. So Seema, can you please cover these points for us?
So English language test in Canada, it is compulsory. Even for applications, most of the university would require IELTS scorecard. Few of the university with the registration of IELTS, they will allow you to put down the application. But same time for UK, waivers are possible. Most of the university gives English waiver. If you are having certain in 12th, those who are going for undergraduates, and if your 12th marks is more than 75 to 80%, they will give you a waiver. And for masters also, if you're after doing bachelor's, if you are not working if you're going fresh for master's program, then also you can get a waiver also for the English. GMAT, GRE, many university will require GMAT. For most of the MBA programs in Canada, they will require GMAT. GRE also, some of the mechanical engineering courses, they do require GRE. But in UK, very few universities will require. GRE is not required. Somehow, for some of the top MBA schools, they may require MBA. Application fee, it's average $60 to $120 per institution. But in UK, again, it's usually free to apply with every university. Only few university like King's College, Oxford, they may be having some application fee. Conditional offers. Few colleges and university may give conditional offers, but in UK, all the universities issues conditional offers. Internships, they have co-op programs, and in UK, they have sandwich degree industrial placement for master's program. For masters, they have this type of industrial degree, which is also beneficial for the students who are doing 1 year masters, and then they have 1 year of master industrial placement. And in Canada, they have inbuilt co-op programs with certain programs like engineering, IT, they have some co-op programs. So this is how it works with Canada and UK. So it's all about to the students, how they will do the ultimate comparison, and they will come to a conclusion, because every destination, may it be Canada or UK, they are having some positive and some of the negative things. So you are the better student, are the better person who can come to a conclusion for this, because you know your requirement very well.
Right. So guys, I think we did get a lot of questions in between, about, like if you can cover your tuition fee or something. But if you're looking at saving some good amount of money, right, I'll not say that you'll be able to pay your tuition fee for that. With that, you can always go for a co-program in Canada. And in the UK, you can choose a sandwich degree or industrial placement with masters. So I'll give an idea what is a sandwich degree. So sandwich degree is at the bachelor's level. So you study for 2 years, work in the 3rd year, and go back to university in the 4th year. In industrial placement masters, you study for 1 year and then you work for 1 year. And then when you complete your work, there is important some company project which you have to carry out, and then you get the master's degree. So and these are fully paid positions, you get fully paid for them, and the universities and colleges will help you with that. And in case you want to save money, in case you want to kind of add up to you want to save some money for your expenses, then these programs are pretty good. However, not every program will be offered with the kind of an internship or a placement. So it will vary from university to university. Right. I have one very interesting question from Shaurya Sharma. I think he commented the first. So I'll answer, Shaurya, your question. I'll quickly take one more question before I answer your question. Mahesh is asking UK Goldsmiths versus Brunel. Goldsmiths any day. Goldsmiths, University of London, is one of the most prestigious arts colleges in the world. Cool. Shaurya's question, Seema, can you take it up? He's in class 10, and he because he wants to build up his profile, because he wants to go to an Ivy League sort of school. So what things he should do? So, and I think he's at the right time. This is the right
Yeah,
time to
so
start preparing.
10th is the right time for if you're looking for Ivy Leagues. Sorry, you have to work on different parameters for Ivy League. It is not only the academics will work. For our Ivy League student, it would be an holistic profile. So you have to work on SOP, you have to work on letter of recommendations, or in Ivy Leagues, there are certain essays which you have to write. Apart from that, make your resume very, very strong. In 11th and 12th, you have to make your CV strong by taking participation in number of activities, like you can participate in ISAC or Rotary Club. These type of, you should have some leadership quality, or you have added some social work. Like nowadays, even online also you can enroll for some of the social work, like CRI is giving certain certifications. So add these things on your CV. So this will help you to build your entire profile. Then only you can target Ivy Leagues. Sorry, you are in the right time where you have 2 years to build your CV and everything. So if you are really targeting Ivy Leagues, I would request you not only focus on academic, you should focus overall on all parameters.
Right. I hope that answers your question, Shaurya. Pretty important question for someone who's in 11th or 12th right now. Still, guys can prepare. I'll just add a few more points to it. We have a trend of online programs as well now. A lot of students, they do online programs. So go for some online programs as well. It kind of adds to your CV. And rest, what Seema has suggested, if you follow these, some or the other Ivy League university will definitely accept you. I'm sure you're a very, very bright student. Cool. Do we have one more slide? I'm not really sure. Okay, we have quiz. Okay.
Quiz.
So this is interesting. So you answer it, and then I'll still take some questions from the audience. So how long are the co-placements? So is it 6 months, 3 to 6 months, 3 to 12 months, or 2 months? So start answering, and I'll pick some questions from the audience. Sid is asking, ma'am, I have a 10-year gap with experience, IELTS 7.5. 10-year gap, I think, Sid, you need to clearly mention that gap. See, working is not a gap, right? So if you graduated and you've been working for 10 years, that is not a gap, because you're not free in between. I think, Seema, a lot of students confuse it with gap, right? The work experience time.
So those who are working, that will not be considered as gap. That is your professional experience you are earning. Okay, so that won't be a consider. So if you're having a 10 years of work experience, obviously you can go for a master's program like MBA. These are the program you can go for. MS, MBA, this kind of program you can go for.
And his IELTS score is pretty good as well. He's got 7.5 on IELTS.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. So guys, just don't confuse gap with something else. Gap is when you are sitting at home doing nothing, as in terms of studying or in terms of your career. Gap can be justified in a few cases if you genuinely have a gap, like you're not doing anything. Maybe you had a medical emergency, you had some personal financial crunch in the family, or maybe there was a bereavement, someone in the family died and you had to take care of the family. So these kind of situations can be justified, but not I would say more than 2 years, right, Seema? I think above 2 years it will be a little bit difficult.
2 years it's okay, but it should not be more than 2 years.
Right. Avinash is asking, I got overall 6 bands in IELTS, but in reading I have 5 bands. Can I apply for UK universities with this score? I think we don't know if he wants to apply for a bachelor's or a master's. I think bachelor's we can, right?
Right, bachelor's we can.
Yeah, but master's we can't with 5 in reading.
It's 6.5 and no band less than 6.
6, yeah. Divyani Agnihotri, I think I've answered your question. If Canada is still open 2022, it might be open, it might not be open. So start your process today. If you're looking at UK right now, so there is a comment kind of floating in the chat box, a pinned comment, so you can check, click the link and book a live session, a personalized counseling session, live session we are doing here. I'm so confused right now. Cool. So I've got more questions on sports management. I think we already answered that. Okay, there's so many questions I've skipped. So there was this one question in which someone said they've done Bachelor of Engineering in IT with 65%, and they've applied to 12 Canadian universities. IELTS score was 7.5. I think it's because of the percentage, right? You need 70% or more.
More than 70%.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, Canada, the whole issue is Canada has got very few universities in terms of, if you compare the country with US or UK for that matter. It's such a big country, but I think they still have under 100 universities, right? So the competition is very, very high. So 70% is something we would recommend for Canada. Right. Pharmacy, Mohammed Ubaid, Canada versus UK. I think I would say both countries are good for pharmacy.
For pharmaceutical science, yes.
Yeah. So I think most of the questions are repetitive. I think people have started answering as well. So someone has said B, 3 to 6, 3 to 6. Guys, it's 3 to 12 months. So your COPE can vary from 3 months to 12 months. And I know someone from my one of my students. He earned $60,000 in COPE. And okay, I'm not kind of increasing your hopes here. It varies from case to case basis. It also depends on which university you study at, which city you live in. So he was studying in University of Waterloo, and he was doing an engineering program. And I think if you guys know, Waterloo has world's largest COPE placement, and they pay pretty well. Ishwar is asking, Seema, which intake is better for UK, September or January?
All time it is September. But if for some issue, if you cannot join in the September, January also, most of the universities are open.
Right. Anup Kumar, thinking of applying to a Canadian university along with my husband. Okay, Anjali, I think the wife is asking. She's mentioned her name. What are the chances and what is the procedure? If you're going for a student visa, Anjali, I think you cannot take your husband with you to Canada. So I think you have to go there and sponsor him. And I think because of the COVID and all, it's taking time. But if you're looking at UK, then your husband can go with you. All you have to do is show his living expenses and he can go with you. And I think he can work part-time, right? Full-time on a spouse visa.
Full-time.
Full-time, yeah. So your husband can work full-time in the UK, but not Canada. For Canada, you have to go there, stay there for 3 months. I think 3 months is the minimum time, and then you can sponsor him to come and join you. But again, the whole situation is, because of the COVID, the processing times have kind of increased, so it might take longer. Okay. Ehsan K, I'm an Indian living in Middle East. How can I avail your services? I think we are coming in Middle East soon, right? We're launching in Middle East soon.
Yeah, and if he is having Indian number as is from India, so he can just enroll with that Indian number.
Right. Rohit is asking, I heard it's very tough to get accommodation in UK this year due to Ukraine crisis. Rohit, these are just rumors. There's nothing like that. Accommodation is never an issue, right? At any given time, a university would have, number of halls of residences, right? Accommodating so many students. And even if they run out of spaces, there are private accommodation providers. Then there are houses. So you cannot run out of houses, right? So that's not a problem at all. It's just a rumor which is going on. Because I think a lot of people did ask me about how Ukraine is going to affect, the Ukraine-Russia crisis is going to affect UK. That was the question I was getting on a lot of my videos. So guys, it's a developing situation. I think a lot of students may have this question, but I don't see any effect on the UK as of now. Yes, there is a little bit of inflation sort of thing which is coming up, but I think that is pretty natural because it affects the whole world. I think we are going to see it in India as well with oil prices rising, and that is what something is happening in Europe and America as well at this point of time. But again, things will stabilize after a bit. So it's a developing situation. We have to see. Roshni is asking which country will be better. Okay, you mean to say university? Toronto, Waterloo, because the US ranking has a great difference. Okay, Roshni, Waterloo, I would recommend if you're going for an engineering or sciences related program.
Nice.
I think, yeah. And Toronto, yes, it has a better ranking overall, but you also have to check subject rankings. Right, Seema? I think
Yes. Faculty ranking, subject ranking, you have to check along with the university ranking.
Right. Which country will you recommend for civil engineering more?
Civil engineering, you can get great options in UK as well as Canada also you can get. But again, you for a master's program in civil engineering, are you talking about bachelor's or master's, Saket?
I think masters only.
Masters. So if it is master's, it's difficult to get masters in Canada. And same time, UK would be easy for you to get into MS in civil engineering or construction engineering. So now it's your call. You have to finalize with one destination.
Right. So I have one more question from Kothuru Pushkal. He's asking, I have 76.17% in BTech. Can I get UNBC, UBC, or Memorial University of Newfoundland?
Memorial, surely you can get into. UBC and?
University of Northern British Columbia, UNBC.
Chances
I think
are
UNBC
there.
is also popular. Yeah, UNBC is
Yeah.
also. UBC I think will be a bit tricky.
Tricky.
UBC will be tricky, yeah.
But Memorial University of Newfoundland and the other one you can try and you can get into.
Even Dalhousie for that matter, right? With 76.1.
Dalhousie, yeah. If it is more than 70, Dalhousie you can also tell.
Yeah, and Dalhousie, guys, it's a very, very good university, and it's very famous for engineering and science related programs, health science related programs. And the best part is, if you study in an Atlantic province, you get a PR faster. So if you want Canada's permanent residency, go for Atlantic Canada. Right. I'll take a few more, I think almost done. I'll take one more question. Cool. So many questions related to PR. Okay, aviation management. Which country will you recommend?
Aviation management, it's having scope for if they want to do PG diploma program. A lot of PG diploma in aviations are there, and even bachelors are there in Canada, as well as same goes with UK. But I think aviation, you will get more scope in Canada for PG diploma as well as bachelors, and scope will be there. Scope program will be there with aviation programs.
Right. And guys, I think I would recommend if you're looking at Canada as an option, so always try and get a COPE option, because what happens is once you graduate, and if you work with an employer for a certain period of time, they might end up hiring you full time as well. So again, that is sometimes the case. Right. Well, thank you so much, Seema, for answering so many questions today. I think a lot of students, they did enjoy the session, and so did I. And yeah, we'll be back with another session soon. And if you want us to do a specific session on any specific topic, after this session ends, you can post comments, on the video. We were thinking we'll do a specific live session on UK and Canada PR. So if you guys want us to do that, we can do that. Or do you want us to do something on scholarships? So let us know in the comments, and keep watching LeapScholar. And thank you for attending today's session. I'm so sorry we could not answer all the questions, but you can still book a session, a personalized session, by clicking the link in the pinned comments. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Seema.
Thank you, Shakir.